Hello and welcome back to another video from 55 Degrees North, your go-to source for fortnightly construction and restoration updates across Newcastle upon Tyne. In this week's update, we'll be revisiting all the usual hotspots, including Pottery Lane, the Pilgrim Place development and more. Plus, I've got fresh news on the Granger Market restoration project, some exciting progress you won't want to miss. And as always, we'll finish with a roundup of the smaller developments making waves around the city. So let's dive in and see what's changed since our last visit 2 weeks ago. Starting at the site of the former General Hospital, where the brand new Health and Innovation neighbourhood is going to be built. At the front, along the West Road, it's still mostly ground preparation work for now. Crews are busy levelling the area and getting everything ready for the construction to ramp up. Now, let's take the drone up and head to the back of the site to see how the demolition is progressing. That large block that has been coming down over the past few weeks is almost completely gone, just a small section remains. You can see they're still crushing bricks and concrete on site. Some of it will be reused right here in the new build, and the rest is being sent off for recycling. All the wood, metal and other materials are being carefully sorted into skips and prepped for removal, a good sign that sustainability is part of the plan here. As for the main hospital block at the front, that's still standing for now. It's awaiting demolition, which should hopefully get underway in the next few weeks. Moving on to the Castle Leisure Student Village redevelopment site. Work is still in full swing here, with crews clearing the last remaining parts of the final blocks to be demolished. It's impressive to see just how much progress has been made. Some of the demolished material is now being sorted and prepared for recycling, a great sign of sustainable construction in action. You'll also notice that earthworks are well underway across the site, shaping the ground for what comes next. And look at this, a whole boring machine has appeared on site, which means preparations are starting for the foundations of the new students' blocks. That massive mountain of crushed material we saw in earlier videos is starting to shrink now, with some of it being repurposed in other parts of the site. It's great to see everything moving forward, and we'll be keeping a close eye on the next phase when the construction begins. And now onto the new Students Accommodation on Lees's Park Road. As you can see, work on the retaining wall at the back of the site is progressing well, with even more of the steel reinforcement now encased in concrete. Across the rest of the site, large areas are being prepared with reinforced steel, ready for the next concrete pours. It's great to see just how quickly this phase is taking shape. One of the biggest changes since our last visit. Check out all the prefabricated stair units that have now been delivered to the site. Each one is clearly marked with an ID sticker, making sure they're installed in the correct order. And if you look closely at the listed building at the front, you'll notice new breeze block walls are going up inside, down at Strawberry Place, right above the metro station, where many of you know work has been underway to install new electronic advertising boards. It's been 2 weeks since our last video update, and unfortunately nothing has changed. The site looks exactly the same. We're seeing no visible progress, no workers, no equipment movement, and quite frankly it looks like the work has completely stopped. And across the road at the new Students Accommodation on St James's Boulevard, work on the building is edging ever closer to completion. Around the back, there are just a few final bits of cladding left to be installed. It's nearly there. And at the front, the canopy is almost fully in place, giving the entrance a sleek and finished look. A couple of cladding panels still need to go up, but it's clear we're in the final stretch. Down at Pottery Lane, from this vantage point on the Granger Bridge, you get a great overview of the entire construction area. Let's start with Block 1. It's now just 2 floors away from topping out. You can really see the vertical progress here. and swinging around to Block 2. This one has already topped out, taking the crown as the first to reach full height. That's especially impressive considering it started after Block 1, although to be fair, it is not quite as tall. Down at street level on Pottery Lane, you can see more of the exterior work up close. Over at Block 2, a significant number of window sections have been installed, and new scaffolding has gone up at the far end, signalling more facade work ahead. Meanwhile, at Block 1, there's been a lot of visible progress too, especially with the inner window frames now being fitted throughout the structure. Down at the Pilgrim Place development at Carlisle Square, down at the front of the site, there's a major new addition. The third core lift shaft is now being constructed. You can clearly see the progress as the structure starts to take shape. Concrete is actively being poured into the new shaft, while one of the original lift shafts is also pushing skyward. Floors are rising steadily, and we caught the team pouring concrete for the next level. It's amazing to see how quickly things are coming together. Up at His Majesty's Revenue and Customs building, looking at the building from the junction of Market Street and John Dobson Street, you'll notice that the installation of the curbing is nearly complete. Just a small section at the bottom still needs to be finished. Meanwhile, the side windows on the end of the old Collier House facade are now starting to be installed. And over to John Dobson Street itself, work is moving along nicely. The team is making great progress on filling in the remaining gaps with window frames, glass and panels. At this point, most of the glass installation is already complete. Moving on to the North East Space Skills and Technology Centre on Ellison Place. A lot has changed since our last video 2 weeks ago. The steelwork installation on the core lift shaft is progressing really well. You can clearly see the progress that has been made in a short time. It's impressive. While I was on site, I caught some of the steelwork being lifted and secured into place. If you look closely at the core lift shafts, you'll notice steel plates already positioned, ready to the steel girders to be attached. You can also see that areas where the steelwork is complete, steel sheets are being laid in preparation for the floors. And now for the news on the Granger Market. Thanks to a £9 million investment led by Newcastle City Council, and with £8.2 million coming from the government's Level Up Fund, the Grade 1 listed building is about to undergo a major transformation. The project includes 2 new pavilions in the arcade, renovating all the entrances with glazed automatic sliding doors to cut down on drafts, and even upgrading the toilet facilities. Visitors will notice refreshed decor, clearer signage and new wayfinding that builds on the market's classic charm, with making it easier to navigate. And here's a roundup of other projects going on in the city right now. First up, pavement improvement works on Northumberland Street are still going strong. Right now, most of the work is focused on the sides of the street, but here at the bottom, work in the middle section has just begun. Next, to the former French Connection store on the corner of Granger Street and Monument is being transformed into a brand new Newcastle Building Society branch. Originally built in the 1830s, this building has seen many faces over the years, from Boots to Geordie Jeans and most recently French Connection. This project redevelops over 8,000 square feet across 5 floors, with more than a third of that space opening to the public again after decades. Over on Warsack Street, a second stack venue is under construction inside the historic Warsack Chambers and is set to open in May 2025. The venue will offer 3 floors with indoor and outdoor areas, 8 bars including cocktail, rum and beer bars, up to 8 street food vendors and a coffee shop, exposed brick spaces and rooftop terraces, a live entertainment stage, an outdoor area and an interactive sideshow zone featuring shuffleboard, interactive darts and private karaoke booths. And finally, to the former fire station on Pilgrim Street, which is getting turned into a Gotham hotel. The developers behind the 60-room hotel are promising a deluxe 5-star experience that adds even more sophistication to the city centre. The project blends history with modern luxury and is set to become a standout destination once completed. Just before we wrap up this week's video, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think about all the building and restoration projects going on in the city right now. Are you excited, frustrated, curious? I'm all ears. If you've liked the video, please give it a massive thumbs up, as it really helps the channel out more than you know. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you'll know when the next video drops. A massive thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time on 55 Degrees North.